So something that I see a lot, and I've even done it on occasion, is the question, should you weigh a cartridge case before loading? So you get a box of new brass, and should you weigh those cases? Empty, no primer, no powder. And if you do weigh those cases, does it make a difference? Does weighing cases and sorting cases by weight do anything to performance? Are you measuring anything that's going to impact how your case performs velocity-wise, accuracy, everything else? The shorter answer is, with Lapua cases, no. There's no real value in weighing a cartridge case with a Lapua cartridge case. Some things to think about. If you do weigh cases, same box, same lot of cartridge cases, and you weigh them on a scale, you will measure different weights. But the bigger question is where does that weight discrepancy come from? So if you look at, when they make a cartridge case, there is a die that is machined to very, very precise tolerances. And during the quality assurance and the quality control manufacturing process, they are at specific times and routinely measuring that die for wear. That die is being maintained to less than probably 1/2 of an inch during manufacturing. And so you have a piece of brass, and that brass you have a die that's moving inside that piece of brass, and the case is being formed around that die. So they're holding very, very, very tight internal dimensions through the manufacturing process. And that's what counts, the internal dimension of the case. The reason why people weigh cases is they think maybe that a heavier case might have less volume than a lighter case. So I weigh my cases, and if I sort them by weight, I am somehow uniforming my cases by volume. And the reality is that during that manufacturing process, the extractor groove, so you have the head and you have this kind of a dip in the case. This is called an extractor groove. And that groove is for the extractor of your rifle to pull the case out after firing. Most weight discrepancies come from small machining differences, dimensions, which you can't really see. Your extractor doesn't care. It still fits within the extractor, but most weight dimensions on cartridge cases come from the thickness of the head of the case or from the depth of the extractor groove. This process is done separately from when the case is formed by the die. So for that reason alone, when you weigh a case, you're really not sorting for volume. If you want to sort cases for volume, that can be done, but it is a very, very painstaking and difficult process. To do that, you need to measure the internal volume of the case by capping the case with a plug or a primer, weighing that bit so you know exactly how much that weighs, and then filling each case up with something like water or alcohol so that you're measuring the precise volume of the case. You can sort cases by that for volume. But again, that is a very, very painstaking step. It takes a long time. And with Lapua cases, it's really not worth the effort because the internal volume is already so consistent across the cases because of the manufacturing process. So this is something that I personally have tested. When I was at the United States Army Marksmanship Unit, we tested this effect and we found no difference, even shot at long range, of weighing Lapua cases or weighing high quality cases and sorting those for volume.